This is Cutting Down the Nets. It's Sunday, and hey, it's NFL day, so I'll be brief. Let's get through the games. We're having a good year. We're at 55.6% on the year in the last 7 days. Have been a scorcher. But unlike most people in this business, I'm not going to tout this. No, hey, things have gone well. Can change in a heartbeat. But pleased with the results. It's nice to see the results come after I don't know, a week of saying, "Hey, I'm getting closing line value. Hang in there." But it did turn around, and it's fun to see. So let's get right to Sunday schedule. It's short, and there's not much there. But here's what I'm seeing: Marquette and Providence. I have Marquette by 1. Current line is Providence by a 1.5. Here's the tricky part. The Providence data is ironically skewed by, well, the last time I had to put on the clown nose when these teams played. Otherwise, it's showing no edge. Providence has been very consistent, except for that game. So, certainly a revenge spot. So, it's thin to begin with, just from a variance from my line to the spread, and I'll just sit that one out. Ohio State, Purdue. Look, when it's a short slate, you start looking at games that even have just 2 points of value, and I don't want to stretch it, but these teams from a shot quality perspective, 26 and 2, are just too close for like 3-4 possessions here. So I'm fine with the Buckeyes, and I like that Ohio State showing as kind of the analytical play here based on adjusted efficiencies, despite I think it's 3 straight games without shooting the ball very well. So it's just too many points is where I'm going with that one. So they're definitely in the pool. Certainly don't love it, but qualifies as good enough. Cincinnati, East Carolina. This is weird. East Carolina's last 2 games have been so bad that's just a tricky cap. I mean, they legit scored 0.5 points per possession versus Houston. 36 points in that game. I think it was a 69 possession game or something like that. It really throws things off, and I don't know if this was screaming at like 6 points of value. Let's say, hey, data says Cincinnati by 11, and line's 5. I might talk myself into it, but there's not enough there. Knowing what ECU has done recently is really affecting that cap. Mason and Massachusetts is next. Again, we're below my 3-point typical threshold, and shot quality has these teams fairly close. Mason's on the road. Mason's been taking what the defense has given them. So for them to be successful in this game, I'd like to see like 18, maybe 20 3-point attempts, not the 32 versus the Bonnie Pack line. So you would want to see a game plan similar to what they did against like St. Joe's than what they did against St. Bonaventure. But it's by nature. St. Bonaventure doesn't let you get inside. But Mason's certainly willing to settle for jumpers. And UMass's defense has been awful, but I just don't like jump shot shooting contests with UMass when you have edges elsewhere. So if they can exploit them, I think they can roll here. But they've been susceptible to shooting too many jumpers, and UMass will certainly bait them into that. So that's an orange game for me. I guess if the line came down, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This is the only one that's really showing a good amount of value, and here's why. So it's Fort Wayne at Wright State. Fort Wayne, 229 shot quality. Wright State, 205. So these teams are fairly close from a kind of a process perspective. I do think Fort Wayne can force turnovers here, and both teams have defensive concerns. Now, I recently backed Fort Wayne a few days ago, and the result wasn't there. They lost by 10. But with 10 minutes to go in that game, they led. The score was 47-39 with 10 minutes to go. And I think they're getting 3.5 or something like that. So they're up 10 minutes to go. That's where you want to be. Scored 2 points, final 10 minutes. Real life. It happened. and lost by 10. So phew, tough to lose the +3, +3.5 um, that close when your team legit plays played only 3/4 of the game. So I don't know. That affects things a little bit, and I'm just seeing value here. I mean, I have these teams pretty close and almost getting 2 possessions. Indiana State Bradley. This one's tricky. I respect both these coaches. Shot quality obviously has the edge to Bradley. Point spread 7.5. It's just too close for me for 3 possessions. Yeah, just gonna stay away. Feels like that. I don't know. We're pushing it, guys. Only 2 points of value. Like, be careful out there. Like, not gonna force it. Marist at Manhattan. I have Marist by 4.5. Line is 1.5. I don't like betting favorites. I don't like betting favorites on the road necessarily. Marist does have the edge in shot quality. Both these teams are coming off a defensive clunker. It's a tough one. I'm leaning Marist, but man, the Jaspers are erratic. They've had some big leads that they have blown this year. It's tricky. So I don't know if I'll go there. Obviously, in the pool, I'm kind of monitoring that game, though. I did not bet it tonight, where I did bet the other 3 in my pool tonight. LMD at Bucknell. So this shows as a slight play as well. Shot quality edge to LMD. Bucknell's just been like torched from deep. Like, I mean, some of these games they're giving up like 60% from 3-point range on defense, and I don't know. Like, there should be a turnover edge for LMD, but these teams played a few weeks ago, and Loyola only forced 10. So I don't know. Like, part of me thinks Loyola could just win this game by 18 points on the road, but I think Bucknell's been a little unlucky there. So I'm going to stay away from that one. Niagara at Monmouth. So, hey, we're getting close to 4 points of value here. I have 6.5, line's 10.5. Shot quality favors Monmouth. Situationally, though, this is a decent spot for Niagara. They're coming off 3 straight losses. Monmouth coming off 3 straight wins. And the Niagara-Siena game that we hit a few days ago, weird game. Like, I think Niagara is 1 out of 14 from 3. Siena was like 1 out of 11. Like, just kind of happened that way. No extreme matchup edges here, and Niagara plays so slow that this will be a grinder. So we just need them to cover 3 possessions in that spot, and I think I'm okay with that. So that brings me to Fort Wayne plus 5.5. I bet it tonight. Ohio State plus 10. Bet it tonight. Niagara plus 10.5. I bet it tonight. And Marist is in the pool. I don't know. I'm kicking that one around. Get me on a Sunday. Kind of bored. NFL hasn't started yet, and you may see that hit BetStamp. But all plays are on BetStamp. Let's keep running like the sun. No excuses. This is Cutting Down the Nets.